Are they going to get teabagged as bad as Vanderbilt got teabagged by them? Is that Texas' best win? Vanderbilt? Only one of those two teams has beat a top 10 team, and that's Clemson. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one there. I like some of these playoff matchups. Now, some of the other bowl games, they're not great. I mean, one that nobody's really going to talk about, but I think is going to be funny because of the way that Lane Kiffin's been acting for the past week. He better not lose to Duke. They have the same record, 9-3. But if Duke beats Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin might have to go into hiding until next year. He might need to just go ahead and put a freeze on his Twitter account. Yeah, Clemson can absolutely beat Texas. They've, we got problems at running back. Moffitt continues to be more and more hurt as the season goes on. I think Clemson only ran for 60-something yards against SMU. And then our backup that everyone's excited about, he's out. Torn labrum or some shit, I don't know. He's out for the game. So, hey, Keith Adams, time to step up. Next man up, bro. Shout out to Colby. He couldn't have planned it any better. I think the wedding starts at 5. Clemson comes on at 4, which means they probably won't kick off till 4:15. So I might miss the second quarter. I'll get to watch the first quarter, miss the second quarter, and the wedding should be over before halftime's over with. So I'll get to see at least 3/4 of the game. Colby claims there's going to be plenty of TVs at the wedding. Plus, I also have my phone. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to stream the game like I wanted to, but I'll still get to watch it. Motivated Dedicated says he's stuck on the side of the road. Oh, no. Call AAA, buddy. It is interesting, though, out of all these playoff games, Clemson is the biggest underdog in any of them from a point spread standpoint. And I would hop all over. This guy yesterday messaged me on Twitter or whatever. Tagged me, not messaged me. And said, hey, Pete, Clemson's an 11-point underdog to Texas. Who would you take in that game? I get these questions all the time, because of the Lunch Money Show and because I talk about betting on sports. So I said 100 times out of 100 from a betting standpoint, I would take Clemson against anybody at plus 11 in a playoff situation, just because statistically they're going to cover that number 80% of the time. I mean, not that they will this time, but just from betting is a coin flip anyway. But you have to look at the odds of them covering that. And that made him somehow mad that I thought that Clemson. The smart bet would be to take Clemson at plus 11. I mean, he starts like, okay, yeah, right, you're just saying that because you're a tater. Show us the bet slip whenever you make the bet. So I had to go ahead and send him my bet slip from just this past week. 60 bets a week. What the fucking dummy. Texas is not good. Yeah, thanks for ruining my game stream, Colby. I'm taking the under in the Tennessee and Ohio State game. I think that's the best play. Over under 47. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you on that. Although you're probably right. I'll tell you what I would take, though. We were just talking about odds a minute ago. What's the odds that Clemson could cover that big number? Pretty likely. What are the odds that Ohio State can beat an SEC team? Ryan Day, aren't they like 2-10 against the SEC or something? Anyway, I don't know. I'll have to put some more thought into who I think will win that game, but I like Tennessee with the plus 7.5. Anything over 7, I'll take Tennessee to cover. Clemson first round knockout. Yeah, I know. You also picked SMU to beat Clemson this week, so you're wrong about that. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bud. It's funny, the whole year, all it was Clemson, hasn't, can't beat anybody who's ranked, Then they beat a top 10 team, and now it's, yeah, they were ranked, but, overrated. It's like, man, yeah, you're just mad. There's a lot of people big mad about Clemson being in. I'm reading a lot of people talking about, Clemson backdoored their way in or got gifted. No. They went 8-1 in the conference and won a conference championship game against a top 10 team. I mean, that's the definition of earning your spot. Yeah, people can fucking cry about it all they want. What's the weather going to be like in Columbus next week? I don't know. Clemson ain't played nobody. Oh, who's Texas beat? Can somebody tell me who they beat? Have they beat a top 10 team? I don't think they have. I think their best win's Vanderbilt. And that was a close game. Struggle with Vanderbilt. Well. Yep. Yeah, print that, tweet that. Notre Dame and Indiana, who do I like? Yeah, that might be the most interesting, like the hardest game to pick out of all of them. Although I think the Clemson and Texas game's pretty hard to pick too, but I'll give Texas. I do think Texas should be favorites. It's in Austin, but yeah, I think Indiana and Notre Dame is going to be a hell of a game. I think SMU has a pretty good chance at beating Penn State. That should be a good game too. I think most all these playoff games are going to be good. I mean, I guess statistically we're bound to see at least one blowout out of the four. The first four. But I don't know. I saw a lot of people complaining about the matchups. About who's playing who. I like them. I think the Indiana and Notre Dame one, that's an in-state deal there. That's interesting. Clemson has never played Texas in history. One of the few major football programs that Clemson has never played ever. Michigan's another one. So just for that reason, I'm excited about that. If I didn't have a wedding to go to, I might try to find a way to get out to Austin and go see a game in Austin. I can yell at Matthew McConaughey from the bleachers. All right. Let's turn that off. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Morning.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Hey, we're going to the playoffs, man. I'm great.
I bet you are. People are mad. People
I know.
Are crying today.
Boy, Nick Saban's crying, Greg McElroy's crying, and Lane Kiffin's still crying. A lot of the fans are crying. How many SEC teams got in? 3, right? Or 4? Hold on. Texas?
No, they got in 3, right?
Yeah, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing, remember last year when people were saying, and a lot of them were SEC.
Oh, we lost your audio, buddy. I don't know if he accidentally hit the mute. I don't know what he did. What happened there? Well, while we wait for him to try to get that audio fixed, Rack, we can't hear you. If you can hear me. Okay, there he is. What happened?
Yes, I'm on my phone, and when someone calls me, it screws everything up.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit whoever that was in the face with a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yeah. Shout out to Jackpot. What were you saying?
But, I'm sure there was a ton of Alabama fans last year. I'm sure they're saying, hey, no excuse if you're the 13th team in a 12-team playoff, right? You don't deserve it. Fast forward to this year. Oh, but it's not fair. You got to think about the matchups. And it's just like, come on, man. In saying that we're going to change our non-con schedule, usually I feel like I can predict what dumbass fan bases will say. I did not see that coming, though.
Yeah, it's weird.
It doesn't address anything.
It doesn't address anything. It's not just the fans. It's some sports writers are even jumping on this train here about, I guess Alabama has scheduled, Florida State and some other Power 5 team. oh, we should just cancel that because, the committee has let us know they don't care about the strength of schedule. But the problem is you already scheduled shitty out of schedule. You won all those games.
You're scared to play Florida State now?
I mean, unless they're going to take Vanderbilt and Oklahoma off the schedule, I don't know what to tell you because that's the reason you didn't get in the playoffs. It had nothing to do with who you scheduled out of conference at all. And the same goes for Ole Miss. So, I mean, virtually the same situation. 3 losses, 2 of them to bad teams.
I tell you what, Lane better not get his ass beat by Duke, or I know you and me will never let him forget.
Oh my God, he'll end up blocking me. I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me already, honestly.
Well, how many opt-outs are they going to have, you think?
Oh, see, that'll be the excuse too. That'll be their excuse. Well, we thought we were a playoff team, so it's a meaningless bowl game, so we're not playing. And if Duke wins, then that's the reason why. It's not because they're better than we are. So.
Yeah, who said that last year? Wasn't that what Florida State said last year?
Yeah.
And everyone trolled and made fun of them, including us. Now they're in that situation, and they're saying the same thing. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who are you arguing with, Slim? I mean, I know that's kind of a silly question. Who are you not arguing with? It should probably be the thing I'm asking, but specifically in the chat, I'm trying to figure out who you're arguing with.
Who pissed off Slim today?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. When you add Miami into this, I'm not going to pile on Miami. I think Miami had a better case to make the playoffs than either Ole Miss or than Alabama because, and that's another thing that makes their little statement about we should just schedule nobodies because they don't care about strength of schedule. They came in at what? What was their final ranking? Alabama. I think. Yeah. Right. So. They're ahead of multiple teams that have fewer losses than them. The reason they're ahead of them is because they looked at the strength of schedule. So again, another thing that had zero weight on them missing the playoffs.
Well, that's the insane part of it. Let's say they did that. It would make their case worse this year to get in.
Yeah.
Slim.
Oh, I woke up this morning and chose violence.
Oh, no.
I like it, dude.
Dude, after that shit that I watched Saturday, UGA and Tennessee, if that's the best that conference has to offer, y'all are in fucking trouble.
Oh, shit.
That has got to be that looked like a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob in the dark.
Dang.
Those were not good defenses. Those were completely inept offenses that couldn't do a fucking thing. And we had to sit there and watch that horse shit go to overtime.
Yeah.
I'm not.
UGA is not a good football team. They're just not. Not this year.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about
They're inconsistent. Yeah, well, neither one of us can say anything because they beat both of us. Beat both of our teams.
Nothing I can say about
now,
it.
Look.
They didn't beat me, so I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. I do think they're a good team. I think they're an extremely inconsistent team. So, you just never know which Georgia team you're going to get on any particular game day. I don't think that bodes well for them as far as winning the whole thing because I think they're going to slip up eventually. But if you look at this field of teams, I don't even know who you would say. I guess Oregon's got to be the big time favorite to win it all, right? I mean,
I don't think anybody's a big time favorite because my ire doesn't stop there. That Penn State Oregon game shouldn't have been within 30 points.
Yeah.
Oregon should have dog walked Penn State easily.
Yeah, Penn State's got a pretty good defense, though, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Well, see, Penn State's kind of the opposite of Indiana. Like, Indiana went through the season and blew everybody out. Penn State played close games with everybody.
Yeah, they're a tough team. I mean, they're not flashy or anything. I think that's why a lot of people sort of dismiss them. Of course, they lost to Ohio State again. But, yeah, I think they're a solid. I mean, I don't know. They definitely deserve to be in the 12 teams. I can tell you that.
Well, they're guaranteed to lose anyway because everybody knows that if your team has a number next to your name, that James Franklin can't beat you.
Right. Out of all these teams, I'm actually happy with the way that worked out for Clemson because, I thought they were going to come in at the 11 seed, not the 12 seed, because I thought they were going to put SMU at the 12 seed because they just beat them head to head, but they didn't do that. They did the other way around. But out of all that, I would rather travel to Texas than travel to Notre Dame, Ohio State, any of those northern teams.
You don't want Clemson to go play in the cold?
No, I just
cold, Pete.
No, but I'd rather play in the South if given the opportunity. Also, I think they have a better chance of beating Texas than any of those other teams I just named.
I agree. I wouldn't be scared to play Texas.
And also,
speaking of, that was the argument against Miami. That, we didn't have any ranked wins, which number one is dumb because the committee determines who's ranked and who's not. And by the way, this is the first time since 2015 that the committee has refused to rank, 3-loss Power 4 teams.
Yeah.
So can I get an explanation why Duke isn't ranked?
Duke should absolutely be ranked.
Why Louisville isn't ranked? Because, yes, they have a 4th loss, but they also have a ranked win.
I can understand maybe Louisville with 4 losses being on the bubble there of the top 25, but Duke should absolutely be ranked.
Yeah.
Well, they should have been ranked before this past weekend.
Texas also doesn't have a single ranked win.
Yeah. And another reason I like the matchup, well, if they somehow go in there and beat Texas on the road, they get a favorable matchup in the next round. It'll be in Atlanta at the Peach Bowl against Arizona State, which I think is a very favorable matchup for a team like Clemson. So they just got to get past Texas.
Did you watch Arizona State play an old Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, Scattaboo?
Yeah, that dude, man, that was fun to watch. That guy just like a bowling ball going through there.
Yeah, he's fun. He is fun to watch. You don't see too many white running backs anymore either.
Yeah, I was rooting hard for him.
The last one that was any good, I guess, was Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
and he's a big old quitter, so.
Yeah.
He started this quitter trend.
The only thing that made sense to me that Nick said is that you got to make sure you get the rankings right, in the weeks leading up to selection. And I think that's the biggest thing with SMU being in is you couldn't rank them 8 last week and then drop them out. So if you really thought their strength of schedule was not impressive, they should never have been ranked 8.
Well, they fucked that up anyway because Miami was ranked 6th and they dropped them out. Some teams get punished more for a loss than others. They're not consistent about that whatsoever.
True.
Clemson dropped 12 spots after they lost to Georgia week 1, right?
Yeah,
that's week 1. I mean, I guess I'm saying in the month leading up to selection, you got to make sure those make sense. You can't just say, "Oh, we'll figure it out the last week."
I was thinking like they did last year.
Exactly.
I was hoping that Kirby Smart was going to stick the SEC Conference Championship trophy up Greg Sankey's ass.
Yeah, Greg Sankey looked a little perturbed with Kirby Smart standing on the field after the games.
What is it with all these SEC coaches complaining about their schedule?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's bizarre.
Kirby Smart was complaining about.
He was on the road for 37 days.
No, they weren't. They were on the road for 3 days at a time.
They were on the road for 37 days.
No, they weren't.
Go Google it. Go look it up. That's the truth.
Yes, I did. Guess what? They were gone for 3 days and then went home. And then they were gone for 3 days and went home.
Did I miss something? Do they have more away games than everybody else or something? I don't understand what he's talking about.
More away games that were tougher games. Yeah.
He didn't have more away games. They just had a bunch in a row.
Yes, we did. We had a bunch in a row. Okay, we'll look at our away games. Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss, and we dropped 2 of those 3.
Okay, and none of those are great teams. Not a single one.
You're saying Ole Miss, Alabama, and Texas aren't great teams.
No, they're not.
Mind, Slim.
Not this year, they're not.
Yes, you are, sir.
You can hype it up all you want. The SEC is mid as fuck this year, and that includes Georgia.
Georgia isn't fucked. Georgia's going.
I deserve a check from Greg Sankey for sitting through that abomination of a fucking football game.
Oh, you didn't like the football game because it didn't go your way, huh?
Well, that game doesn't determine anything for me. That was a horrible football game.
It was a great fucking football game. What do you?
No, it wasn't. It was a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob in the dark. That's what it was.
All right. Well, you won the game. So what's your point?
Yeah. What is your fucking problem? We won the game. It's scoreboard. Do you understand?
Why are you talking about the schedule?
Well, yes, somebody had to win that horrible fucking football game. And George, congratulations.
Yes.
You want a trophy?
You're all pissed off. You're all pissed because Miami's not in the brackets.
Actually, I'm not at all.
Trophy.
The only thing that had me mad was trying to bump up teams that don't deserve to be in there. And for a change, the committee did the right thing and didn't do that.
Here's my problem with him complaining. Here's my problem with him complaining about the SEC schedule. Because that's what he was doing, right? He was saying basically Sankey gave us the hardest SEC schedule out of all the SEC teams.
He did.
Well, we don't know who's going to be good before the season starts. I mean, everyone thought Florida State was about to win the ACC. They're one of the worst teams in the country.
Well, I didn't, but.
Well,
Vic didn't. But, yeah, that's true. Like, you don't know who's going to be good before the season.
I said that the Clemson was going to win the ACC.
you're one of the only ones, Vic, if that's true. I'll have to go back and look at the tape.
So what should they do, Scott? Mid-season, change the schedule so someone's schedule's better for them than it was preseason?
No. He just complained that the damn season they put all the damn hardship on Georgia this year as far as their schedule. I mean,
okay, well, fine. You have all those teams. You have 37 days at home next year, so it all balances out.
Yes,
Stop crying.
Yeah, plus
we're not. Yeah, I'm not crying.
they're in the playoffs with a bye. What's he complaining about?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I don't. Why are you choosing the losing argument after winning the SEC title? That's what I don't.
Who the fuck knows, man?
Because the team is all the fuck beat up because of that. The road schedule. That's the reason why. Our team is beat all to hell and back. And
you're preemptively making excuses.
Well, that was just a shitty game. That was a great fucking game. That was an abomination of a football game. Abomination. It went into overtime. The first time it's ever been into overtime in the SEC championship.
So that doesn't make it a good game.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! You know what? What were you expecting? Oh, yeah, I know what it was.
I was expecting some competent looking offenses and defenses. That's what I was expecting. But that's not what I received.
Well, I think that when Carson Beck got hurt and Gunnar Stockton comes in, red shirt sophomore, and wins it down to charge 75 yards for a touchdown, I think that was pretty fucking phenomenal.
Yes, it was. It was, Scott. It was phenomenal.
I would like to know what Scott thinks about that. Like, I really want to know because I thought it was weird to have Carson Beck in to throw a Hail Mary before half there.
Yeah, me too. I think they tried to kick the field.
Well, that's simple. That's real easy. They didn't want to get the Florida State treatment, so they wanted to throw Carson Beck out there to show that he could still play.
Yeah, I thought you should have just ran the ball or kicked the field goal and went into half. Carson Beck being hurt, I mean, I don't think he should have been out there throwing that Hail Mary before half.
Yeah, I do wish that we had just would say. Yeah, that's
But you know what? To be honest with you, Carson Beck was doing shit, okay? Carson Beck was doing the same damn thing he does every first half. He didn't do shit, okay? The second half, when we did have Gunnar Stockton out there, he created a spark for Georgia, and
He did.
led us to winning that damn game.
100%. Yeah. No.
Day when Gunnar was in.
Well, in years past, like when y'all had Vandergriff, I'm like, why are y'all excited about him? Gunner's like, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I thought that before yesterday.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. I think I think he needs the reps by all means. But I mean, look, I don't want to lose our veteran quarterback Carson Beck, but at the same time, I have the confidence that if Carson can't play for the the Natty, then Gunnar will step up.
Yeah, we're gonna be in good hands.
Hey, who does Georgia play the winner of?
The winner of I think
Indiana, Notre
Notre
Dame,
Dame and somebody.
Oh,
Indiana.
Notre Dame.
and that's in New Orleans.
We'll play the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, we'll play on January 1, the Sugar Bowl.
8:45. Yeah, which means the game's not going to start until 9 o'clock.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, what are they doing?
Yeah, it'll be on till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Like they're mistreating the East Coast, which is where most of the Georgia fans live.
Is Kirby going to cry about that too? The kick time?
I'm crying right now. I got tears in my eyes.
Our time.
God damn it, Greg Sankey, you put us at 9 o'clock. I knew you were out to get us.
Yeah, good for you, Greg.
It wasn't Greg Sankey. It was ESPN. I guess we can blame Kirk Herbstreit, I guess. But
Yeah.
What he said too. Did you hear what he said? He said, Texas fought a really good fight and all that. Didn't say a fucking thing about Georgia.
Oh, I heard it first. This guy showed up in my comment section. It was either on my stream, the game stream video, or my State of the Fan video. I can't remember which one. But anyway, he was an Alabama fan, and he was complaining about how the reason Clemson got in ahead of Alabama is because ESPN has bias towards Clemson over Alabama.
Oh my God.
I'm like, hey, what? He said it was
why I love Georgia to win, because it shut the fuck up Nick Saban, and because he was all about Texas, and then he's complaining, that Alabama's not in it. Well, you want the best team in the playoffs? Well, Alabama's not it, buddy. Sorry, Nick, that's not it.
They should be more mad at SMU, because if SMU beat Clemson, Alabama's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But be mad at themselves for losing to Vanderbilt in Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, that too.
That too. That absolutely.
And Tennessee.
Well, not just losing to Oklahoma, getting donkey punched by them.
Yeah, that yeah.
I mean, it was not a bad loss, but
It is for Alabama. I mean, I get that Vandy's way better, but Alabama shouldn't be losing to Vandy ever.
no.
But they did. They did.
Well, I mean, Vandy way better. Yeah, they overachieved, but like I've heard some people say this is the best Vandy team ever, and I'm like, y'all need to stop. James Franklin won like 9-10 games there.
Yeah.
He won 10 games at Vandy.
Yeah.
9-4.
That's a miracle.
This is nowhere near the best Vandy team ever.
Was anybody surprised that Penn State lost? Was anybody surprised that Penn State lost?
No.
I'm surprised it was as close as it was. I picked Oregon to absolutely blow the doors off of Penn State.
They didn't blow the doors off of them, but
You know who was impressive watching this weekend was that running back from Arizona State.
Yeah, Scadaboo.
yeah,
We already talked about
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
That's all right.
No,
Kit
no.
Kat or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Scadaboo or Scadabo or
Scooby-Doo.
Scadaboo.
Scadaboo. I mean, hell, with a name like that, he ought to be a great running back.
Hell, he's got a Heisman odds now.
I can
Does
see
he?
that.
well,
He ran 1,500 plus yards for them this
they
year.
already voted. They already voted.
I know, but I'm just saying Saturday he had Heisman odds.
Quite the contrary, Riz Chad. I won a good chunk of change betting on Georgia. I live bet the game when they were an underdog in the first quarter. I got Georgia at plus 6.5.
I goddamn hate Georgia.
Saying that, Brett, you hate Georgia?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Why would I not, dude?
Yeah, we know.
He's a
that.
Georgia Tech fan.
Yeah, we
Duh.
Well, let me tell you something, Rick, and I'm saying this with all, all sincerity.
Yeah,
I think Georgia Tech had a pretty damn good season this season.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you had a hell of a quarterback with Haynes King. And there's no, you guys beating Florida State and Ireland, I was all for Georgia Tech for that game. And I've watched Georgia Tech play this year, and I'm going, wow, this damn Haynes King is something else.
He's won most of the year.
Yeah.
But he was amazing this year. And for you guys to go 8 overtimes with Georgia is pretty damn amazing too. So I give you kudos to Georgia Tech.
I appreciate it, but you gotta think of it from my perspective. I had to watch 8 overtimes with 200 people trolling me, and then my bathroom flooded for all 8 overtimes.
Yeah, that was worth the price of admission watching you guys during that game.
Well,
The bathroom flood. Did someone take a major shit or what? What happened?
No, my drain was clogged, and I went in there to wash my hands, and I forgot to turn the water off, and that was like 2 minutes before regulation ended. So if it had not have gone to 8 overtimes, it probably wouldn't have been a big deal.
if you had turned off your water.
I had to get back to the game, Vic. I didn't have time to shut that off.
He got time for that.
At least we know he washes his hands after he takes a shit.
Sea-Dog
That's
does
good
not.
enough. That's good enough.
We haven't talked about this yet, but we got the Nerd Bowl coming up. Vanderbilt versus Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
It's going to be great,
saw
man.
that.
Yeah, that's one of the more fun games, I think.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of the bowl selection committee they get worse every year.
Yeah, I don't understand the Alabama-Michigan matchup.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's a couple of names, but
It's a rematch of last year, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not. That one's not terrible, but I don't know who does South Carolina play? Illinois.
Oh, yeah, Illinois.
No one cares.
Yeah, there's not that many good games outside of the playoffs.
Now, I'll give them this much. They actually might have set up a fair matchup because old Sunbelt Billy's got to play a G5 team, so this might actually be a fair fight.
Right. Yeah.
They got Tulane.
Yeah, I think Florida will dog walk Tulane, but
I think so too.
Tulane,
I don't know about
their
all that.
quarterback opted out, right? And
Oh, did
their
he? Wow, that changes things.
their coach is the primary target for the North Carolina job, so they might even have an interim coach for that game.
Well, I don't know. They did interview Bill Belichick for the job.
That's insane, too. That's hilarious.
I thought that was amazing.
That is amazing.
Pete, didn't the Panthers turn down Bill Belichick?
Yeah.
no, that was
For good reason.
that was the Falcons.
Well, every team in the NFL has turned down Belichick that had a vacancy.
Yeah.
I still think we should have gotten Bill Belichick.
No.
Oh my God. No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, guess who's back?
How long has it been since Belichick coached in college? Has it been like 30-something years, maybe?
He's never coached in college, to my knowledge.
Yeah, he coached at Navy.
He
College,
did.
my
Yeah.
knowledge.
Oh, wow. And now he wants his, hey, guarantee my son will be hired after me. North
Yeah.
Carolina's so stupid. Yeah, we'll entertain
Yep.
that.
Yep, college to my knowledge.
There you go.
I believe both Belichick and his dad both coached at Navy. Like,
I didn't know that.
well, I don't know if his dad was the head coach, but he was on the coaching staff when my dad was there in the 60s.
So before we landed on the moon was the last time he...
Yeah.
Well, before we supposedly landed on the moon.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
On this rabbit.
You know, they put it off the moon landing again. They've moved it now to 2026.
Well, they're going to keep moving it because space is fake and you can't go to the moon.
They can't get
Is that-
across the dome.
I mean, they still ain't figured out how to get past the firmament.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, what were you talking about earlier when you said that the numbers, something about the numbers, suggests that Miami is better than Georgia. Can you elaborate on?
Who said that?
Oh, I did.
Oh.
That does sound like something Slim said.
Yeah, can you, yeah.
Well, the numbers are correct. Is Georgia's offense anywhere even in the same league as Miami's? No, it's not.
Okay.
That's not a question.
Okay, what about the defenses?
How many passes did Sam Ward make this year?
What about
Sitting right now, Miami's defense is 12 spots better than Georgia's.
all right? What about
as of today?
what about strength of schedule?
Yeah.
What about it?
What about? Yeah, I'm just asking. What about it? Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, I mean Georgia has.
I'm making factual arguments. Strength of schedule is subjective argument.
Georgia had a better schedule than.
Subjectively, they did, but that's not factually provable.
How many touchdown passes did Sam Ward make this year, Slim?
I mean, we beat.
How many what, Scott?
Touchdown passes he had this year.
Passes, he ended up with over 40. It's 30-something.
Yeah,
36, 37, I think.
Okay.
Because he ended up with like 45 total, but that includes rushing and.
What about who beat Georgia Tech, and which one of the two teams, Georgia or Miami?
I know
Georgia did.
Fuck this conversation.
Hey, I didn't take it there, Red. I think that was a big subliminal shot at you.
I'm catching strays. We're shitting on Miami.
No, it was a shot at Slim, but
it didn't feel like it.
It didn't feel like it from here either.
You got in the way. You just got in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Georgia Tech ranks 35 in total defense. Miami's 23.
Yeah, we got Caden wants to come in.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Big. We had no clue.
Who?
Yeah.
Does anyone think it's weird that the conversation was just Bama SMU to get in and like South Carolina was nowhere in that?
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But...
So Slim, who's better in your opinion, Alabama or Miami?
Oh, I think Miami's clearly better. Because guess what? Alabama ranks 33rd in total defense, a whopping 10 spots behind Miami. So not quite as bad as Georgia's, but they're a little better.
Well, I mean, who has Miami played though?
Who have they played?
Exactly.
Well, this is what the committee does. They when they ranked Ole Miss, Alabama, and South Carolina, they said the reason they did that were because of the head-to-head matchups. They all had the same record. Well,
Exactly.
SMU and Clemson, they just played. Clemson beat them, but they're still ranked lower than SMU.
I agree.
Well, that was like earlier in the year. I was hearing arguments. I heard a bunch of people arguing about like Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama when they had all beaten each other and they all had 2 losses. It's like, is there really a right way to rank those 3?
No.
No, not really, but only one of them won the SEC. So.
Well, this was earlier in the season, Dick.
I think South Carolina should be
clearly said that.
South Carolina should have been ahead of both of Alabama and Ole Miss.
Well,
100%.
okay.
They did not get blown out by 2 bad teams, or lose to
But you
two
did
bad
lose
teams.
head-to-head to Alabama.
They lost head-to-head to Alabama and Ole Miss.
By 2 points.
Yeah, in Tuscaloosa.
Well, no, they lost to Bama by 2 points. They got absolutely run off the field by Ole Miss.
Yeah,
They did.
but
Well, honestly, the only blowout Georgia had this year was Ole Miss and the 28-10 score, because it was tight with Alabama. So I mean,
I would make the argument though, and they say they don't look at this; they look at the season as a whole. But out of those 3 teams, South Carolina was the hottest team in the second half of the season.
You know what? I'll give kudos to South Carolina and say you're absolutely right.
They won, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
They got better as the year went on. Those other two teams that are ahead of them didn't get better as the year went on.
Because they started really slow, and everybody was going, oh, well, South Carolina's going to have a shit season this season.
And I agree with that, Pete. And a lot of people have pointed this out, but this has always been the case. It also matters when you lose. Like, that's what sunk Miami is when they lost. Like, if Miami had lost early in the season like Tennessee, they would be in. But unfortunately, you decided to lose your 2 games at the end of the year.
Yeah, if you had lost to Cal or Virginia Tech instead, then yeah.
Yeah, and at least Miami, they have 2 losses to teams that were unranked, but they didn't get blown out in either one, not like Alabama did against Oklahoma.
Right.
You know?
Well, Miami did get beat by Virginia Tech.
Well.
Stop it.
Kind of like South Carolina did beat LSU.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think those 2 are a little bit different, but
they're exactly the same.
Yeah, they got robbed. Yeah.
Well, South Carolina definitely got robbed. I still think the Virginia Tech call is up for debate, but the LSU and South Carolina one's not. They got hosed big time.
Yeah, they got.
And the team that really blew them out this year was Ole Miss, 27-3.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did.
But you want to look at a team, I don't like even saying this, but you want to look at a team that had a pretty damn decent record at playing competitive teams. Ole Miss did.
This is an interesting question.
That was the argument about Ole Miss in the offseason before the season started. Was they were trying to figure out whose schedule was easier, Texas, Ole Miss, or Missouri.
Well, let's say Texas.
All right, I'm going to bring him.
And that's the whole. Go ahead.
So it's fine for a short stint here. Don't everybody click off. It'll be short, I promise. I have a question for Caden, and I have the questions for all of you, but he's obviously an Ohio State fan. If Ryan Day loses to Tennessee in the first round of the playoffs in the horseshoe, is he fired after just losing to Michigan?
You need to ask him who he's rooting for, Tennessee or Ohio State.
Well, that's true, too. I don't know.
Well, good morning, Pete. And finally, Caden the Man has come back to your podcast show after a 2-month hiatus.
Well, you came back last week. Did you forget about that?
Say, you were here last week, dummy.
Well, I mean, for as long as I haven't been on the show, just for clarification. But anyways, I don't know if anybody heard last week's conversation with me and Pete, but I was away in Europe on a trip. I don't need to explain why, but I think everybody knows why.
Did you lose your virginity to some European girl too?
Yeah, we know why you went. Answer my question. If Ryan Day loses to Tennessee, is he fired?
Most positively, yes.
Okay. Do you want?
Possibly.
And is that what you would want to happen?
I said yeah because I want him. Because if he loses to Tennessee at home, when we literally have the opportunity of going to the playoffs, and we're in this,
you're in the playoffs.
One more game situation because we've already lost 2. That's it.
You do know you do realize that you're in the playoffs already, right?
I know, but I'm saying if we lose this 3rd round of the playoffs to Tennessee.
You mean first round?
Right. Then.
Yeah. If you lose, you're out. That's the definition of a playoff. Yeah, you're right.
Caden,
if we lose today's date,
and he wants Ryan Day gone. Okay, we got it.
And yeah, I did lose my virginity to a European woman.
Oh.
That's the way to do it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. With no evidence whatsoever, and completely improvable story.
I hope you got an STD test when you got back to the States.
Yeah.
Do you want?
Well, I didn't lose my virginity completely, but
What do you mean completely?
Would she tug on you? Or what?
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't have sex with the girl. Just so, first of all, I didn't have sex with a woman.
Oh well, so then you didn't. Then.
Was it a European man?
Slim Shady, first of all, it was a woman. Second of all, that I actually asked her to be my first girlfriend. So, just for your information.
Hey.
Okay, so what happened then?
You got a BJ? Is that what you got?
Scott, can you let me explain what happened in Europe for one? Victor wants to know.
He made it to third base, but he didn't make it all the way home.
Okay.
So I was away in Europe on a tour of some soccer clubs in Europe, just with a friend of mine. Conveniently, we were in Germany, visiting one of the famous clubs over there, FC Bayern Munich. And I happened to meet a very lovely woman myself.
Oh, wait a minute. I've seen some of these German porns like that. She fucked you.
Whoa. Hold on, Slim Shady. Let me continue so you get the whole picture.
Video?
Was she clad in skin-tight leather?
Whoa, hold on. Let me continue, Slim, all right?
Fun on the Autobahn.
Yeah.
Let me just continue so you guys at least understand. I met my first girlfriend, and happens to be a Victoria's Secret model and a Fashion Nova brand.
Fake. That's fake news.
Oh, God.
It is not fake news, first of all, PigskinPeete, and you are just jealous that I've got a girlfriend who's got big ass tits, and I'm gonna tell you what, you are just jealous.
Okay, all right. So then what happened?
You're jealous.
Jealous of the girl you didn't fuck?
All right, so then what happened?
So her and I were just talking and we were out, eating, and then, she asked me to be her first boyfriend. I'm like, hell yeah, because she thought I was cute.
Oh, wow.
Her first boyfriend. How old is this girl?
21. Exactly my age.
All right. You do know if you pay for it, that doesn't make her your girlfriend, right?
You were with a prostitute. You do understand that, right?
Well, wait a minute. I had my first girlfriend in like 5th grade. Are we sure this dude wasn't like combing the playground?
Did she say, "I'll be your girlfriend if you give me $300"?
Nope.
No. What? Just $250?
I didn't have to pay for it. She didn't ask me for any of my money. The only thing she wanted was my heart. And that was it.
Okay.
All right, and then what happened?
So we hung out more. I went to her place, met her parents, really nice folks, by the way. Hung out, had some nice German deluxe food, by the way, really delicious. Had some German chocolate cake, really delicious.
So you had some German sauce.
Voices changed back.
This is leading up to be a German shit video. It sounds like it to me.
So you ate some German sausage, and then afterwards you went into her bedroom and ate some more German sausage.
Yeah,
he left there full of wiener schnitzel.
Now. Hey, hold on. Let me continue, all right? So then you guys get the good picture, all right?
Yes.
So
we're getting a picture, all right.
So here, let me continue, Slim. So we hung out, and she let me stay at her house, and her parents didn't care that I slept the whole night in Germany with her.
And you still didn't hit a home run.
So what do you mean? So was it did you share a bed with her?
I was in her bedroom, VigTube. Did you not understand that?
Yeah, he was in her bedroom, but she made
her bed. Were y'all in the same bed?
No, she made him sleep on the floor.
No, she let me sleep in her bed with her.
Oh.
So y'all slept together, but y'all did not actually have sex.
Exactly.
Okay.
VigTube, exactly.
That's
So you didn't lose your virginity at all then.
That's right.
So what you said was a complete lie.
Come on.
I mean, she didn't at least nail your balls to a step stool.
You know what? The only reason I say I lost my virginity was because I actually found a woman who loves me and accepts me for who the heck I am.
Is there any chance you, since it's your first girlfriend and everything, I'm pretty sure
away in another country.
At some point you probably took a picture with her, right?
Yeah. Let's see the picture.
I ain't showing you her damn pictures. You can actually find her on Instagram. Dude.
Okay, that will do it.
Is she also in OnlyFans?
Nope, she doesn't do OnlyFans.
What's her name?
Make sure you get this down. Lena, that's spelled Lena.
Okay.
Kesic, Keskic.
Keskic.
I just realized I don't have an Instagram account. Damn it.
You are so old. I am going to tell you that, honestly.
Hey, Pete, have you noticed his voice and way of speaking has changed back to normal?
Yeah, what's it? How do you spell her name again? Kes what?
Lena, that's spelled Lena.
Yeah, last
and
name.
Then Kesic, that's spelled Keskic.
Here we go. She's got 3,000 followers
Okay.
on Instagram.
Okay.
Hold on now. I'm calling bullshit on this here. Listen, look at this. This is his girlfriend, he says.
I follow her on Instagram, dude, so I know what she looks like.
Bro.
Faction Nova, Miss Europe 2022. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Miss Europe.
You're fucking kidding me, no.
But you don't have a picture with her.
I do, but I ain't showing you because you all would be so fucking jealous.
This is just horseshit. This is not. You just
Scott,
not.
you know what's more full of horseshit?
For this girl. Come on, man. No. Say
You know what's
no.
more full of horseshit, Scott?
You know what you did? You went on Instagram, you found this girl on Instagram and said, "Oh, I want her to be my girlfriend." Man,
This is more horseshit than the SEC strength of
I don't even think this is a real person. I think this is like an AI account.
No, she's a well, it could be because she looks a little AI to me. Looking at the pictures now.
Is she an e-girl?
Yeah, your justification.
So
was
hold
we
on.
find out
So
if
let me
she is.
let me just say this. First of all, Scott, I can tell you 200 more things that are full of horseshit than your mouth.
Oh boy,
Big tube, she is not an e-girl.
Oh boy, that hurt. Wow. Oh.
I'll at least tell you, Scott is more jealous because his wife does not got the melons that my girlfriend does.
You are full of shit. This is not your. There's no way in hell you were with this woman.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you the real story right now. You know how anybody who's on Twitter or Instagram or anything, you know how you get those bots that like DM you? Like, hey, sexy, DM me back.
Yeah.
That's what this is. And he thinks that's his girlfriend.
First of all, PigskinPeete, my girlfriend is not a bot. Just first.
Yes,
of all.
I'm
And
sorry.
I
Hey,
actually
I'm
was
sorry to
with the
tell you,
woman,
buddy, but
so
she is.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry to tell you that's not a real person. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what,
not.
Pete? I know something honestly that you know, but you just don't got the balls to say it. Is that you're jealous that my girlfriend's actually got bigger melons than your wife.
Yeah, I
And
doubt
I'll
that,
tell you
but-
why.
Hey, don't say that. Hey, listen, tell me her full name if you know her so well.
Magdalena Kesic. She goes by Lena Kesic on Instagram. Excuse
What's
me,
her social
Scott.
security number?
Oh man, this is God Almighty. This is what happened. I know. He was on Facebook. He commented something. She wrote him and said, "Hey, I really like those posts. Can we be friends?"
Yeah.
You've been catfished, son. That's all you've done has been catfished.
Catfish. First of all, Scott, I met the girl at FC Bayern Munich.
At least Man
First of all.
Titeo got catfished by a real person. He got catfished by AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Scott, were you at Bayern Munich last month? No, I was. So how about you do me the favor and shut your horse shit of a mouth up? Because you got no right to say, sir.
Son, because you're telling a lie. You're telling a flat out lie. There's no reason to tell a lie.
I'll give you $100 for a picture of her with you both in it. I bet Scott, Tim, Pete, and Vic will both match it.
Double that. I'll offer another $100 too. You show a picture of you and her.
How do
No, I'll
you know
triple
what?
down on that.
Y'all are jealous. Let me just say
Now,
this. You all are so fucking jealous.
No, I'll Venmo you the money right now. You show a picture of you and her.
Y'all are just so
$300.
fucking jealous that my girlfriend has got bigger melons than y'all's
Yeah. Hey,
wives.
Katie, can you do this for us? Can you screenshot your DMs with her? Because I know you're DMing with this person. Or
I ain't sharing you my messages with her.
I know.
First of all, Pete. Second of all,
because
that's our
it'll prove
conversations.
it'll prove what I'm saying is true.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I can prove is that you're just fucking jealous.
Yeah.
Have
That
we
you
hit the,
wish you
have
had
we
a
hit the
woman like
time
her.
limit? Is it time to do the Lord's work?
$300. You don't want it.
Slim Shady Canes, I'm gonna tell you what, your name is not even Slim Shady Canes. You know why? Because you're not even Slim Shady. And I can quote you a lyric from the real Slim Shady. Will Smith don't gotta cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do. So fuck you and fuck him too. You think I'd ever got a Grammy? Have you critics can't even stomach me, let alone stand me? But Slim, what is it? What if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Why? So you guys could just lie and just sit me, so you could sit me here next to Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera.
Katie.
Yeah, we don't want to hear the song.
Fred Durst and Carson Alien. Fred
Yeah,
Durst.
Riz
And
Chat-
argue it was you got to hate to first, little bitch. But
I can't with him.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you cut him off because he was about 5 words from owing me an NIL check.
All right.
Riz Chat, he has a good point, actually. He says I should ban him from the show until he sends us a picture of him and that girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you look at her pictures, and she looks almost AI. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not a real person.
I don't think that's a real person either.
An e-girl.
Yeah, we all get those. Hey, insert name here.
Yeah.
You're sexy. Want to be friends?
Yeah, want to be I'm looking for a boyfriend. That's exactly what it was. It was one of those bots. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a boyfriend. I looked at your profile. You're really cute. DM me back. And then so now he thinks he's got a girlfriend.
Right.
Dang, man.
That's where you could see in the facial profile, that is AI. Yeah, totally AI. Wow. Damn. Why would he? Oh man, is he?
Octavian.
Is he that not?
Octavian's never been catfished like that. He's too smart.
Hell no.
No.
Well, Octavian still owes me money from last year.
Oh, damn.
Hold on. Slim Shady Canes, how does it feel to go to the Pop-Tart Bowl after you?
Hey, why don't you address Scott and the money that you owe him first? How about that?
No. Let's address about the Pop-Tart Bowl.
No. Hey, man, don't be that. Don't be that guy. Okay, nobody wants to be that guy.
We're gonna kick y'all ass next year.
Next year.
Avians
You
are
were Georgia.
talking
You were
about-
Georgia. We're gonna kick you. You're gonna kick y'all asses next year.
Octavian's already talking about next year.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Florida man is perpetually doing year after year, is talking about next year.
Hey, do you have some big plans against for Florida against Tulane? You going to a kickoff party or something, or? I guess not.
How much was the
Did we break him? Somebody pull the string. He ain't talking.
Octavian, you want to Venmo me down $100? Show me.
I guess the cat's got his tongue or something. I don't know. What does he owe you $100 for? I forget.
The Florida Georgia game last year.
Oh,
Yeah, they made a bet.
You bet straight up on that game?
Yeah, and won. Yeah. I mean, he bet straight up on the game.
That's
Yes,
what
he
I'm
did.
asking. Like, wow.
Yeah, he bet straight up. He sure did.
Y'all, can y'all hear me still?
we can hear you now, barely, but yeah, we can hear you.
Unfortunately.
Scott Curry, we're gonna beat y'all again this year.
Well, you gonna beat me next year? Well, you didn't beat me this year, and you didn't beat me the year before, and you owe me from $100 from the year before.
I'll
So
bet
if you pay me up the $100 that you owe me, then I'll make another bet with you for $20.
I'll bet you $200 that we beat you with like a drum this
Why
year.
would he make a bet with you if you haven't paid him for the first one?
Yeah, you gotta give me Venmo. You can Venmo me $100, and then we'll talk.
It's easy to go around betting people if you're not going to pay them. I'll bet you $500, motherfucker. I'm just not going to send it to you.
Hey, Pete, let's make a bet for next year. Let's bet $30 million that Miami
Yeah.
wins the ACC.
Oh my God.
$30 million.
Yeah. I'll bet. Hey, Slim, if Clemson wins the ACC next year, you got to give me your house and your pets, and I'll do the same for you. How's that?
It's a deal. Hell, I'll even throw in the wife. You can have her too.
Damn.
It's a hell of a bet.
Wow.
Every time Port Bowl. Wow.
What bowl are you in? The Gasparilla Bowl?
Yes,
We're,
yeah,
we're,
gas.
we're going to be
No, they're in
8-5.
the gastric bypass bowl.
Yes, yes,
We're,
gas.
we're playing Tulane. We're going to be 8-5. We're going to have the greatest off season this off season, and we're going to kick the doors off of Miami Hurricanes next year. Y'all deserve an ass beat for all the talking, for all the trash talking y'all been doing, and that's for all that $20 million for the roster. And y'all can only go 10-2 into the Port Bowl. Y'all suck.
You know, the only fan base that really, just irks the shit out of me is the Florida Gators fan base. But they talk a lot of shit, and they don't have anything to back it up. Now, let me tell you something, Octavian.
Well, and they don't even have the luxury of looking forward to maybe another coach being successful. They're bringing back fucking Billy.
It's right. I mean, look, I pulled for you guys against LSU. I pulled for some of the games you played in the last part of the season. Because you know what? I actually felt sorry for Billy Napier. I did. So until your team gets.
I just want to say this on my record. Georgia's gonna lose to goddamn Notre Dame, and y'all motherfuckers will be y'all gonna be humbled next year when we come to Atlanta, Georgia, and we beat y'all in y'all home state.
Okay, Octavian. Again, I'll bet you, but you got to pay me first for the money you owe me from last year.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Clemson won. I'm glad Clemson won.
I can take PayPal too. Which one would you like to send me my $100 to?
I'm glad Clemson won.
Okay.
See,
he ain't got no interest in paying.
I'm pretty sure you're never going to see that money, Scott. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now.
Look, here's a warning. Okay, here's a big red flag. Anybody that bets with Octavian, you're not going to get your money. Okay, just remember that. Do not bet with Octavian.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Octavian's a bet welcher.
Yep.
Well, listen, that's typical of Florida fans because I made a bet with a Florida fan on Twitter, and I actually gave him a really good bet. He was convinced that they were going to win 8 games in the regular season. I said, okay.
We're always going to win 8.
And this was the bet I had for him. I said, if you're setting the number at 8, every game over 8 that you win, I'll pay you $100. Every game under 8 that you win, you pay me $100.
What if they and what if Florida wins 8?
Then it's a push. Then it's a push, yeah.
Okay.
Guess what? In typical Florida man fashion, I've yet to receive my money.
Florida is going to dominate.
Stop the damn nonsense, because Florida ain't going to be a squad.
Is DJ Lagway going to win the Heisman?
I had any SEC team to say that might be dominating in the coming year. That could be damn South Carolina. I mean, they might be a very dominant team in the next coming year.
See, I don't think so. I'll give South Carolina their credit. They had a decent year, but they're going to play hell not to get picked apart in the offseason.
Look, I'll say they'll be at least 9-3. How about that?
Scott Kerr.
But Georgia's will still be dominant again this coming season too, because Georgia recruits well. That's what we do. We recruit well, and a lot of our players. Dan Jackson is a prime example of players that stay with us and play in the program. There's very few leaving the transfer portal with Georgia.
Well, that's not true, Scott.
You lose.
Some do, yeah, but
you had like 20-something guys leaving the portal last year. That's not true.
How many have left this year? One, 2, I know.
Portal just opened today, I think.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, it's not open.
I think it just opened today.
Yeah.
I think you're right, and it's open for the next 2 weeks.
So far, I know of one that's to the transfer portal so far.
More will leave.
And, look, understandable. I can understand why they want to play. They don't want to sit on the bench. But if you sit on the bench long enough, you will get to play with Georgia.
Unless you're Justin Fields, then you don't.
Well, Justin Fields, you know what? That was a bunch of shit with Justin Fields. I think.
Agreed.
I mean, just a whole bunch of shit with him.
Literally, Kirby Smart recruited Justin Fields just to keep him from being on another team. That's the only reason he recruited him.
Hey, that's pretty smart,
Fields
actually.
Did not fit the type of offense that Kirby was trying to run.
Slim, would Cristobal do the same thing? If he could
I don't know. I doubt it.
You doubt it? How would you know that? If Cristobal knew he could get a quarterback at the caliber that Justin Fields was, and he could get him to recruit him. So
because I've never seen Cristobal recruit a quarterback for a different type of offense than what he runs.
Wouldn't any college coach do that? Absolutely.
I've never seen Cristobal recruit a quarterback for a type of offense he doesn't run. I have seen Kirby Smart do that.
Does Georgia have some sort of NIL deal with the local salon? Because clearly Kirby Smart got his tips frosted again before the SEC championship game. Did anybody see that?
His tips frosted.
Oh yeah.
Really? What do you mean?
I mean, he looks like Justin Bieber. That's what I mean.
Well, he did it after they won that first natty. He come back with frosted tips.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. If he can afford it, he can do that.
If he can afford it.
I hope so.
Wait a minute. No, it's a problem when Ryan Day does it, but it's not a problem when Kirby Smart does it. I smell hypocrisy.
Well, look at Ryan Day versus Kirby Smart.
I smell
Ryan
hypocrisy.
Day is jet black. He looks like he's using kiwi shoe polish to color his damn hair.
That's the only reason that Kirby wears that lady's golf cap is so he can show off his frosted tips.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because if he wore a regular hat, we wouldn't get to see his hair in all of its glory.
Excellent coach. He's a fashionista too. So put that in your bowl and smoke it.
Cooking today.
All right, guys, I'm going to go because I'm going to go eat some lunch. Hey, everyone have a great week, please.
All right, see you later, Scott. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what? I can picture Kirby Smart like in his backyard with the grill going on a Sunday, with a beer in his hand, the women's golf cap with the frosted tips, some cut-off jean shorts, and some New Balances.
White New Balances too.
Yeah, white New Balances.
Hey, do you think now Kirby Smart's going to start cutting the sleeves off his hoodies like Brent Key?
No.
Brent Key and Bill Belichick do that.
Yeah, big cigar. Yeah, definitely a big cigar.
But Brent Key looks way cooler, dude. You shut up about Brent Key. You know that Sea-Dog actually, we had a fan day where you could go get autographs, and Sea-Dog brought a cut-off portion of a hoodie for Brent Key to sign.
You know you can buy hoodies without sleeves, right? Like, that's a thing.
Did he sign it?
He did, and evidently Key said, "That's awesome," and then wrote his signature in the Hell with George on it.
Oh.
That sounds like a Sea-Dog thing to do. Also, for everybody.
What's up, Squid?
Hoodie without sleeves, but
Squid Tart, is Tennessee going to do the Lord's work and go ahead and take care of Ohio State in the shoe so we can stop hearing about the cold weather thing?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hope so, but
Yeah.
I feel like we're at a disadvantage now that it's a night game.
Why is that?
In prime time.
Well, here's the problem with that argument too, Pete, is that unfortunately that day it's going to be like 38 degrees. At least that's what the forecast is calling for. I'm pretty sure it hits 38 degrees in Knoxville.
It was cold. It was colder yesterday in Knoxville than it was in Columbus. So I ain't afraid of the weather for 1 second. My only concern is the fact that at night, Josh Heupel performs terribly in primetime night games. So
and on the road, he performs pretty terribly too.
Exactly. But
Pete, so didn't we have SEC coaches complaining about not playing at night?
Yeah.
We did. We had Nick Saban complaining about noon games.
Oh, Lane Kiffin complained every week about no night games at Ole Miss. Every week.
Yeah.
Kiffin cries about everything.
Yeah, he does.
Well, see, now, Kiffin kind of has a point, but it's not Kiffin's fault, and it's not even really the schedule's fault. you're not allowed to cook out at the Grove.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get it, man. It's an Ole Miss thing. Like, they don't allow you to cook out at the Grove.
Well, that's stupid.
I agree.
What?
Yeah.
I went to Ole Miss. There were people cooking out.
Yeah, not at the Grove, though, and that's where everybody wants to
Yeah,
be.
they were.
They were breaking the rules, I guess.
I guess they were breaking the rules.
Yeah, they were breaking the
But-
rules.
But LSU had, I think LSU, every home game they had was at night except for one.
Well, yeah, because if they had a noon game one time at LSU and nobody showed up because they were
2 years ago.
LSU
2 years ago, we played LSU on the road and blew them out because nobody was there, not even the team.
Yeah,
Dang.
your toughest stadium, one of the toughest stadiums in the SEC. Come to Baton Rouge, only if it's at night.
It wasn't at night though. Yeah.
Well, the difference between the night and day for LSU is metaphorically and literally night and day, because it's one of the toughest stadiums to go into at night, and during the day, it's Miami Stadium.
I don't. Look, guess what? I don't believe you, because according to my quarterback, USC is louder and a tougher place to play than Florida, and the Swamp is oh so dangerous.
You're cool.
There's no way. I can't believe that for a second.
Well, guess what? I'm going to take a player's account of it over any talking head any day.
Well, did he actually play?
Because he's actually played at both places. You haven't, Squidward.
Okay, what time? What was the?
What
time?
does it matter? Why does it? Why does it? See, that's the thing with these SEC fucks. Only they're starting to sound like Ohio State fans. Only under optimal conditions that we predetermine ahead of time does our argument become valid.
But we just got through talking about the day and night difference between LSU, and now it doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly my point. LSU is shit, day or night.
Yeah, they lost to Southern Cal somehow.
Well, I don't know. Well,
That is pretty terrible. I can't defend that.
SEC fucks now.
But Brian, they're screwed. They got to open up with Clemson next year in the real Death Valley in Clemson. And Brian Kelly, he can't win an out-of-conference game to start the season, and I think he's 0-2 against the ACC to start the season. Isn't he?
Them is the facts, sir.
Yeah. Dang.
But, SEC and that.
Yeah, ACC and that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got 2 SEC fucks in here, and we got 3 ACC fucks in here, so.
Yeah.
Guess what? It could be 6-on-1 by myself. I'd still wipe the floor with all you peasants.
Damn.
Slim woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, I think.
Oh no, I woke up on the absolute right side of the bed this morning.
This isn't new. Every time I come into the podcast, no matter what time it is, it's Slim Shady Kings arguing with somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you have a better shot if you argued with him at night, though?
Yeah, well,
Oh no, at night you remember that LSU metaphor he made a minute ago? It's a literal night and day difference.
Have you ever argued with Slim Shady in the snow before? Because I have in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it depends on whose show we're on, but yeah.
Now, did he
No,
or did he,
I'm pretty
now, did he or
consistent
did he
across
not?
all shows.
When it was over, did he or did he not take a knee?
Well, Slim Shady's undefeated in cold weather arguments. Kind of like Ohio State.
Don't know if he took a knee, though. No.
No, I don't take a knee. I'm not a bitch like Colin Kaepernick.
Damn. Slim is on one today.
That took a turn.
Oh, if you think that's a turn, just wait. I have not yet begun to defile myself.
Well, I've talked to you on the phone before, so I'm well aware. We actually can both go to that place.
We can. And I have no shame about it whatsoever.
Oh, I have an update on Volusia, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh, is he out of the gulag?
He sent me a smoke signal from the gulag
Okay.
and said that he's just been busy. And I think he was in South Korea or something.
Wow.
I don't know if he's a part of the coup that's going on over there or what, but
I mean that sounds good, but I mean it's also his timing is going to lead to speculation. It just is.
Yeah.
Hey Vic,
Yeah. What's up, Squid?
did you see Carson Beck's out for the season? I don't know if we talked about that yet.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, that's what I read too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why isn't Georgia out of the playoffs?
Here we go. Let's go. Buckle up, everybody.
Because we won.
Uh-oh.
I mean, hey, the committee set this precedent, did they not?
It's because we won our conference and all the.
So did Florida State.
So did Florida State.
Florida State.
So did Florida State.
All the conference. Well, that was in the 4-team playoff. In the 12-team playoff, every.
So we're back to injuries don't matter, is what you're saying.
But maybe they should have dropped Georgia to the 12 seed since they don't have their quarterback. They still could get in the playoffs, but they have to get, they don't get a bye.
I mean, it is kind of silly to pretend that Florida State would have been in the 12-team playoff.
Because we were one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions.
So was Florida State last year.
Well, that was last year. That was in the 14 playoff, though.
See, rules for thee, not for me. I don't think so.
They got pushed out of the top 4.
Bullshit there, Mr. Tube.
They didn't have the auto bids last year.
I know, but they got pushed out of the top 4. You didn't. You're still in the top 4.
I mean, I think dropping them to 12 is a fair compromise.
Well, the reason was it's because Alabama beat Georgia, so how could the committee leave out Alabama when they just beat the number 1 team, the back-to-back national champions, and if they put out
because they weren't undefeated. That's why.
I think they're trying to argue that Georgia should have gotten a first-round bye, not that they should have been out of the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm arguing they should be out of the playoffs, but I'm willing to say that a 12 seed is a fair compromise.
Now, to be fair, I'm not saying they shouldn't get a bye based on how they performed all year. We're just going off the precedent they set last year with Florida. That was the exact verbiage that they used. Well, we think Florida State, being a 12-0 or 13-0 ACC champion, it's one of the best teams in the country, but they don't have their Heisman quarterback now, so we're going to put Alabama ahead of them anyway.
Carson Beck ain't no Heisman quarterback.
And then if they put Alabama in last year,
exactly. So with Carson Beck not even being a Heisman caliber quarterback, they should get punished even more.
They had to put Texas in because they beat Alabama, and that's why Florida State got left out. Yeah.
Florida State got left out because of a bunch of bullshit, and people are wanting to pick and choose their arguments and be hypocrites.
Yes.
But one person across all of YouTube has maintained a consistent argument, and that's this fucking guy right here, buddy.
I've been pretty consistent with my arguments.
Yeah, I've been.
I might be wrong, but I'm consistently wrong.
But I'm pushing narratives, though, and that doesn't fit my narrative.
I've been consistent with my arguments.
But like he said, it doesn't fit his narrative, so it doesn't count.
Exactly.
Actually, no, you're coming up with excuses as to why Georgia's different and special and a unique little snowflake, and Florida State isn't.
I'm not coming up with excuses. I'm coming up with reasons.
Yeah, excuses.
Did you hear what Arizona State's coach said, by the way, after the game, where he claims they're 11-1?
They were 11-2.
Yeah.
But he said we're 11-1 with our starting quarterback, and he brought up the Florida State situation.
Yeah, I know.
Now I could see the argument that BYU should have another loss because I watched that Utah game and that was a bunch of bullshit.
Utah got robbed just like South Carolina got robbed. Yeah.
Well, Georgia Tech has had a hurt Haynes King for most of the year, so we should be in the play.
Everybody's got hurt players.
And now even to dip into, shall we call it, conspiracy. How many penalties were called on Georgia in that SEC championship game?
Like five, maybe.
No. At the end of regulation, Georgia had 0 penalties. 0. Texas had almost 80 yards in penalties by the end of regulation.
So you're telling me that Georgia played a perfect game.
Yeah, we had intentional grounding. We had a face mask.
Oh, you went to end of regulation, I see. But still, with no penalties through 4 quarters, could be suspect.
I mean, we had
Could be.
We had intentional grounding. We had a face mask.
Was that in regulation?
Yes,
And then they tried to call fucking targeting. That is probably the second most horseshit targeting call I've seen all year. And I have to give, I hate to do this, and I have to give Florida a little credit. But when they said that Florida player led with the crown of his helmet and hit that A&M player in the ass, and that was targeting, that was the dumbest fucking penalty of the year.
Well, I mean, they picked it up, Slim. So what are you crying about?
Yeah,
That flag shouldn't have been thrown.
Reversed it. Well, they reversed.
They tried.
They reversed it, so it didn't matter.
They reversed it.
Yeah, but the fact is they tried.
Well, I mean, usually
they failed.
Usually the helmet. Usually if the helmet pops off, they're gonna call the flag, and they review. And they
Why?
And found
when it was plainly obvious that the runner lowered his own head into that hit, which caused his helmet to pop off.
The refs had a mission. The refs had a mission that day of making sure Georgia won and Texas lost, even though both teams were in the.
They did, because they absolutely did not want a team that could only manage to win the Big 12 once in the past decade and a half to come in and win the SEC in its first year, because they're pushing narratives as well.
All right, yeah.
Vic's getting
Come on, y'all need to do better than this. This is almost getting unfair. I really need a challenge.
Well, I mean, all of Texas penalties were actual penalties, except for that roughing the passer in the first half. That was bullshit. But every other penalty called on Texas was a legit penalty.
Oh, I'm not saying that Texas didn't have legit penalties. What I'm saying is Georgia did too. They just didn't call them.
Well, yeah, they did. They called intentional ground. They called a face mask. It was just offset by a Texas penalty. But
I think Clemson had some penalties. I don't know how many. I do know they missed a big time personal foul call at the end of the game. Kay Klubnik, the ref standing right in front of him, looking at him. He tackles him by his face mask, and they didn't throw a flag.
Damn, the refs secretly won they secretly won SMU.
I don't know, that caused Clemson to have to punt the ball and give SMU a time to go down and tie it, which they did.
Yep.
No. See, the difference between ACC refs and FCC refs. ACC refs fuck everybody equally.
Yeah, they're just bad.
I've never once come on here and sang the praises of ACC refs, and you'll never hear me do it.
No.
They equally fuck everybody.
Yeah, Christian says there was no penalties. So Clemson played a perfect game too.
Well, perfect games.
Listen, anybody that has no penalties in a game, I'm calling bullshit. Anybody, regardless of who it is.
You can call a holding call on virtually every play if you want to.
I mean, we had penalties; they were just offset.
It's only the most egregious holds that get called or should be called.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not even saying egregious, and I've been pretty consistent on this. I don't even think, to me, you can let egregious holds go, but if it's a wide receiver holding on the right and it's a run play going to the left, it doesn't affect the play. Keep your flag in your pocket.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Totally unrelated, but how many blowjobs did Clemson's kicker get on Saturday night?
I know at least
one.
Not enough.
At least one. Well, it's on how long each one was. But,
well, I mean, how many can you realistically take?
Yeah.
Or you just have to tap out.
I don't know. He's a young man. He could probably take at least 2 or 3.
I'm about to say, at his age, at least, I was going to say 3 to 4, but
yeah.
I mean, it depends on how long each one is.
No, it doesn't.
Just a thought though. Dabo Sweeney was like, thanking the Lord and everything after the game was over. That doesn't seem like a very Christian thing to do. Is after the game go get blowjobs.
Nobody said Dabo Sweeney was going to get blowjob.
Well, that wasn't. I'm not talking about Dabo. I'm talking about Dabo's players.
Dabo wasn't blowing them, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
Maybe he did. Who knows?
Give me a number. I'll wait.
I could do without knowing that.
He probably should have.
That sounds like a conspiracy somebody could run.
Damn, he got him from the other players. Dang.
Uh-oh.
Let me show you how much I appreciate your ass.
It was funny, though, because people were like, all these Clemson fans on Twitter were like, oh, my God, next time I see you, Hauser, I'm going to buy you a beer. You're never going to pay for a beer again in Clemson. And everyone was like, no, he's 19. He can't drink yet.
Yeah, I'll be.
Yes, because that stopped
Right.
every 19-year-old ever from drinking.
We just find some old homeless man and pay him double. I mean, we all did this. Right? Right?
I think you're on your own on that one, buddy.
Yeah, I never did that, dude. I was totally just kidding.
You did get offered to give Sea Dog a hand job if they scored against if they beat Georgia, I think.
No, what?
Yeah.
When did I do that?
There's video evidence.
It's on the live stream. You said, I think you said something. I think you were about to make a field goal. You're like, if we make this kick, I'll stroke you off or something like that.
Well, you can't hold me to what happens in a Georgia Tech game. Things get said.
I'm not holding it against you. It was hilarious.
Did I say that?
Was that on the?
Because my ex-wife's family are all Alabama fans, and I guess they've learned I have a channel, and they were watching that stream.
So. Oh God!
Now, would that have gone on the OnlyFans?
I think that'd be a good model. Like, okay, guys, after the game, I'm gonna hold true to my word on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you got to get past the paywall first.
Yeah. How much should I charge for something like that?
The same amount you charge for a membership.
All right, $5.
There you go.
Join the join. You won't regret it.
Yeah, join this join.
How do we always get here when I'm on stream?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm pointing out what you said.
I honestly don't remember saying that, but I also don't doubt that I did.
Oh, I remember it. Yeah.
Well, we didn't win, so.
At some point,
you got lucky.
You have to just deal with the fact that you're the common denominator.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a good thing you didn't win. Boy, that'd have been rough there.
I'd have been in there with the dog shit guy and the burrito ass guy. People would have been,
Yeah.
What's the story behind those two things?
The dog shit guy. I think he deleted his Twitter account.
The Florida State guy that said he would eat dog shit.
Oh, okay. I thought they were in the room with you watching with Sea Dog. Sorry.
No.
I must have missed that part.
Yeah, I've made a lot of bets, Squid.
What fan was it? What fan was the burrito guy? I don't remember what fan base he was from.
Kansas State.
BYU, maybe?
Was it BYU? Yeah, he said he'd shove a 5-layer burrito up his ass.
I thought it was Kansas State. Oh, no, it was BYU. Okay, no, that's right.
He did it.
He did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sea-Dog showed me a picture.
I saw the picture.
Oh, my God.
And he must have froze it, I guess. Otherwise, how would it stay together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my question hearing that whole thing. It was like, how exactly is this going to work?
So he put a bag over his head, and then he's got his back to the camera. He just turns around, with his thumbs up, if I remember right.
What is wrong with people?
with a burrito in his ass.
The internet is undefeated.
They think that if they say they're going to do outlandish things if their team loses, they think that's somehow going to make their team not lose.
Listen, I don't even think it's that. I think it's everybody's trying to be the next Hawk Tua girl so they can have their own cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah, where she rugs everybody immediately. Day
Like
one.
here's my thing: if you bought crypto from the Hawk to a girl, like you deserve to go to the poorhouse.
Exactly. Yeah.
Someone made $1 million off that, like day one.
Well, they were one of the ones that knew all along. The whole thing was a rug pull.
Well, anyone that invests in crypto, I don't have any.
That's not even like that was like a meme coin.
Yeah,
You got to be if you're investing in meme coins, you deserve whatever you get.
And somebody, she and the two people that she was working with doing crypto, they started a Twitter space. And one of the guys I watched went in there and basically called the entire thing out. Halfway through, she goes,
"Well, here's the thing.
I'm tired. I got to go to bed." And then she left.
Here's the thing about that is that chick doesn't know shit about crypto or meme coins or anything. Somebody else is doing that for her and just using her name.
Absolutely.
And the guy that is doing it for her has been a part of several other rug pulls for several other people.
What she needs is a manager that knows how to keep those weirdos away from her so they don't ruin her. Whatever she's got, whatever that gravy train she's got going right now, doesn't need to be ruined by, whatever's.
Shit,
I don't.
Fucking gravy train, man! I saw this thing on Twitter. You had another one of these OnlyFans girls make like $35 million in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got into the wrong fucking line of work, y'all.
I was listening to the Hawk Tua girl on that Twitter space saying, like, guys, I'm just on here to have fun. And I'm just thinking, yeah, I just lost all my money. But no, you're here to have fun? Shit.
Well, I don't hate the hustle. Like, I've been thinking about doing a Rec Talk coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
just rug pulling my own audience.
That sounds like a terrible idea, but more power to you.
What are you going to do? Like, if I become a millionaire from it, who gives a shit?
Again, it's some guy that came to her and said, "Hey, I'm specialized in trading meme coins. I'll make a Hawk Tua coin, and we'll make a bunch of money off it." And she's like, "Okay." She doesn't know what the fuck,
Considering that the guy behind this whole ordeal hasn't gone to jail yet, I don't see why you want it.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the first rug pull he's been a part of. He's done like 3 or 4 other rug pulls, and somehow, through all of that, he's still not in jail. The
hilarious thing is they presented it like, oh, we're only giving 3% of this thing away. The rest of it's quote unquote locked up. And we're only giving this 3% to true fans. When the truth is the rest of it, they all hold, and they're going to rug that 97% as soon as it opens.
Mm-hmm.
So someone explain to me like I'm 5 years old. What does rugging it mean? Does it mean inflating the price in a short time and then selling it?
So like if I made my own coin, but like, hey, buy in, I hold, let's say 70% of the coin. So once all you dummies buy in,
you own 70% of their investment
of the total pool of coins.
Yeah. So of everybody else's investment.
Right. So once you buy in, the price of the coin goes up. So then once that happens, I rug, quote unquote, or sell my whole position at the higher price. And then
and that makes the value of the coin basically plummet to nothing. So they get nothing and you get everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So here's my question.
It's basically like shorting stocks. And shorting stocks isn't illegal either.
So here's the thing though.
It's nothing like shorting.
Here's the thing though. If you're buying into a meme coin, you got to expect there's at least a 50% chance or more that that's going to happen. So why would you do it in the first place?
And there's no recourse for it. Like who's going to prosecute it?
I don't know. But all I know is I keep seeing people on, she's going to prison. I don't know anything about the laws as far as trading crypto and rugging people or whatever the fuck they call it. But it seems to me.
Around it.
Well, crypto is so new, it's completely unregulated.
Yeah.
If you watch this guy, Colby said his name, CoffeeZilla, he explains the entire rug pull in perfect detail and explains the entire thing better than anybody else can.
Austin, he says she can't get in trouble. She's just a bad person. Is she a bad person or is she just an ignorant person to how that all works? I mean, does anybody think that the Hawk Tua girl was sitting at a computer screen selling coins or somebody was doing it for her?
Just ignorant. Someone else is doing it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have investigated it, but the thing is, if you steal from poor people, nothing will happen. The only reason Sam Bankman-Fried went to jail is because he stole from people that are affluent.
Yeah. And like she said herself, she doesn't know any better. She literally got all of this fame at the college age for explaining how to give a blowjob.
Yeah, exactly. She's famous for describing how to spit on a wiener. I mean, she's not exactly a Mensa student.
Right. Which in this case is why, I mean, I don't feel bad for anyone that lost money.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't. If you buy a Hawk coin and lose money, that's on you, bud. Sorry.
No, that.
I do like the idea of a Rec Talk coin. If there's no recourse, I'll go into halvesies with you.
Okay, so we actually could do this. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult. And I'll give you, I don't know, 25% of the coin. I'll hold 25%.
All right.
And then we'll just promote it on our channels. And this is what you have to say. To the moon. Hey, this is different, guys. We're in this for the long haul. Meanwhile, we're going to sell the minute that fucking we can make money on it.
Well, now you're giving away our strategy to all the people that might buy it.
And listen, there are plenty of dumbasses in these comment sections that'll do it too.
This Hawk girl scammed all these people. You think these people give a shit? No.
Yeah. And the one that, to be honest,
Hey, if that dumbass can do it, you have a Georgia Tech grad.
There you go.
Rec is way smarter than the Hawk girl. I don't even like him, and I'll admit that.
You don't like him?
Smarter than her.
That's news.
What? You don't like me?
That's what he said.
That's fucked up.
Well, you're not getting any of the coin that's going to the moon, dumbass.
Guess what? I'm not buying any of it either.
Yep.
We were going to go to Mars and everything, and you're going to miss out. You're going to be
I bought the new Bitcoin. And fuck all that digital shit. I invest in actual gold coins.
Are you a flat earther?
No.
Aren't they into like all the gotta buy silver in my holy water that heals people?
No. I mean, silver's a good investment just because of how much silver gets used in shit. But no, that's just that on top of my 401k. That's something I rolled an old 401k into a precious metals IRA as kind of a hedge.
Well,
that's a good long
rolling your 401k into Retcoin, then that ship has sailed.
If you roll it over into gold or silver, that's a good long-term investment for sure.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about. I mean, say you're in an economy like now with high inflation, price of it skyrockets.
We just got to come up with a good name for the coin. Macho Rec coin.
Macho coin.
Macho coin. Yeah, I like that.
Coin.
Yeah, and then we'll say Macho Man is literally endorsing it, even though he's dead. We'll just AI.
Yeah, we can just AI it to make it sound like he's pushing. That's a good idea.
Like that guy's girlfriend.
What about tech coins?
How about key coins?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's got a nice ring to it.
He got excited about that one.
Damn.
I feel bad about selling them. We got to name it something else. I'd never write it.
Yeah, drag Brent Key's name through the mud with y'all.
Yeah, we'd say Key endorses it. We could AI him into. How about Kiffin coin? That'd be a good name.
No,
that's definite scam right there.
Yeah, Kiffin coin would tank immediately, just like their football team.
Yeah, that would flop on the ground just like their players.
Yeah, that would never sell.
I don't even want to hear it, Squid. Y'all did it too.
Everybody did it after he did.
Doesn't matter. You did it too. You ain't got. You cannot say a word about him doing it.
Yeah, it does. He's doing it the most egregiously.
That Tennessee player was pretty fucking egregious in that Georgia game.
Which Tennessee player?
I don't know his fucking name.
I was at the game. I was at the game and saw it for myself.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking egregious.
We can see it better on TV than you can at the game.
Yeah. And actually, I think there's even more egregious out there than Lane Kiffin. If you go back a few years, fucking Butch Davis in 2019, they were bad about it. Like, they never pointed at somebody and then pointed at the ground, but it was still pretty bad.
Pete, how about this for a name? We just combine our names to Rexkin coin.
Rexkin?
Yeah.
It sounds kind of weird. I don't know.
I think that's perfect.
It sounds almost a little bit like foreskin, honestly.
Well,
Would anybody be interested in buying Bitcoins?
Rexkin.
Now that actually has a ring to it. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
yeah.
Yeah, and we can make the logo could be a little dog.
All right. What about Targaria coin?
What?
We might have to work on that, but you got the right idea. I was gonna see maybe we should have both Vic and Nate sell Bitcoin and see which one of their coins can sell faster. And
It would be Targaryen coin.
Now this is actually a good name suggestion here. Slob coin.
Yes.
I'm with it.
That has a ring to it.
Yes,
now it can all be a part
that's
of it.
perfect.
Yeah.
We get everyone in to promote it.
Yeah. I mean, I can be your mouthpiece. That's fine.
We can, when we go on the cruise, we can just lie to all the other passengers who don't know us and say like we're all, millionaire crypto investors and invest in Slob coin. And then by the end of the cruise, we all cash out and fucking get rich. Bang.
Yes. I'm just like, man, I'm so drunk right now. I shouldn't even be telling you this investment opportunity of a lifetime, but Slob coin's going to the moon.
If I'm going to the moon, it's going all the way to Mars, buddy.
We're going to the particle horizon on the other side of the universe.
We're riding one of Elon's nukes all the way to Mars.
Damn, we come up with some good ideas on this show. I'm so
Yeah, we
proud of
do.
us.
Mark Rogers is going on the cruise. He's making all that money off the 18,000 channels he has. We can get him to invest in it.
Yes.
We could.
Pull the rug out from underneath Mark. God dang.
Dude, I like Mark. I do, but $100 a month to listen to get his picks for gambling on football, bit much.
What?
I didn't know that. That's actually pretty.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we were having to do his fucking ad reads during the post game shows, and yes, I guess he's got a betting tier or whatever on his Patreon, and
$100 a month to get his picks.
You know what?
$100 a month.
No way I'm paying.
That's
He
kind of
claimed-
morally fucked.
He claims to have like a almost 80% win ratio since like 1984 or something like that.
What?
Bullshit. you know, like that NBA ref that get caught cheating, he got flagged at 60% as 100% not possible.
Hey,
You're telling
this
Mark
is
saying he's
Rick.
80?
Rick, this is the same guy that literally 2 seasons ago picked Kentucky to win the East.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I might do a video on him, dude. Like that. I might pay $100 a month to look at his picks and track it.
Listen, here's
Well,
a.
he's got some other guy that comes on with him too that he claims has got like a 88%.
Yeah,
win
look. Here's the
ratio
thing.
on his
Here's the
locks
thing
or
with that.
whatever.
I like Mark and all that, and I don't know the details of what he's doing, but anybody who's making over 80% on bets, let me tell you, if I was making 80% picks on my gambling, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
No.
Well, first of all, you'd be barred from betting if that was
Well,
the case.
you can. There's ways around that because there's so many sports books now. Eventually, they might get to you.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm about
But-
to say, because look at guys like Dana White. He's been banned from most of the casinos in Vegas.
Well, they're not just going to let you take all their money, man.
Well, here's the thing though, Rick. By the time that catches on and every sports book has banned you because you win too much, you've already made so much money it doesn't matter.
Man, well,
Who's
Pete's
done
got a
that?
point.
You saying Mark's that guy? That's why he's selling picks.
I don't know. I'm not paying for picks from anybody.
I'm just
but
saying.
I'm just
like,
saying.
I don't bet, and there's a reason. And I know a good bit about it. It depends on what he's saying. If he's betting money line favorites and he's saying that's at 80%, well, who gives a shit? I mean, that's
Well,
not.
yes,
Yeah.
and that is it is money line, yes, or not money line, but against the spread.
Yeah, so if you're just going through and picking the favorites every week, you're going to hit it 80% of the time because there's not going to be more than 20% upsets every week. So if that's the case, but you're not going to make any money doing that.
No, you're going to parlay it, a money line favorite thing, and then you're going to lose your ass when Tech upsets Miami in your parlay or something.
Yeah, but if you're making 80% of your picks right, you can become a millionaire very quickly.
I'm just saying I'm not saying it is. That sounds like a scam, though.
I mean, I'm 100% on my picks, but I'll admit it's because some old guy gave me the sports almanac. I'd never met him before.
From Back to the Future.
Yep. Yep.
I cleaned up this week, though, and last week, which means I'm probably going to lose my ass this week.
Oh, did you hear? I saw this interview. Speaking of bets, this guy that had turned down a fight with Jake Paul, and now his NDA is expired.
So what does that mean?
Basically, now that his NDA is expired, he's talking about it, and he's saying like he was literally told that they were trying to set up a fight with him and Jake Paul, and he was literally told that part of the contract was you can't win.
Oh, no.
Well, that would make sense with what happened with Mike. I mean,
Who is he? Who is he supposed to fight?
Oh, dude, it's clear as day Mike threw that fight, and I really didn't think Mike would do it, but it's obvious.
well, he got more money, right, for doing it. Like, I get
He
it.
did. He got more, and I'm not mad at him for it. Shit, make your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought a little higher of Mike than that.
Speaking of scams, yeah, the Pauls are connected to like 5 different ones right now. So that's no surprise.
Yes, I will never watch another Jake Paul fight again.
I'll watch it if he fights an actual boxer that's not fucking 60 years old. But
Yeah. Get Tyson Fury. Get Deontay Wilder.
Well, I'm not staying up until 12:30 or whatever, 1 o'clock or whatever to watch a Jake Paul fight.
I don't know about Deontay Wilder isn't a boxer.
Never.
Yeah, but I mean, he would wipe the floor with a guy like Jake Paul.
I'm not so certain of that. Like, here's the thing. Like, that's why he couldn't beat Fury. Dude is a right hand and nothing else.
No, I get it, but he is a boxer. I mean,
Tyson Fury.
he was heavyweight champion of the world at one point.
if there's 2 guys that want to make a shit ton of money, Conor McGregor against Jake Paul and in the octagon. Forget boxing. Now, McGregor would knock him out in 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
McGregor's in a bad way right now.
I know he's still, but
Well, not even that.
Doesn't matter.
Jake Paul outweighs Conor McGregor by at least 80 pounds.
yeah, but he's not an MMA fighter. He'd get destroyed.
He would. The minute he got his back, it'd be over.
Yeah,
Well, yes, that's absolutely true.
and it probably wouldn't take
You know
long.
what? You know what? I would pay to see. There's a Jake Paul fight I would pay to see. Put him in there with that fucking alien Zuckerberg.
Oh, in the octagon?
I don't care where you put it.
I wouldn't want to watch Mark Zuckerberg in a boxing match. Who the fuck wants to watch that?
Would he have the Meta VR goggles on while he fought him? Where'd you go in the multiverse, motherfucker?
It would be funny to watch Mark Zuckerberg choke out Jake Paul, though. I'd watch that.
I don't think he could.
I think he could.
Yes, that would be cool. But
Well, you would know it wouldn't be fixed if they fought because Zuckerberg doesn't need money.
That's
I
true.
would Slim fight Jake Paul. Slim would kick Jake Paul's ass.
Slim, is that true?
That's absolutely right, Big Ted, and I appreciate it.
I don't know about Jake Paul. I would like to see Slim versus Zuckerberg.
I mean, hey, I'll fuck up that alien too. That's fine.
Just going the alien tour of fucking up people.
Listen, there is no way. There's not an argument anybody can make that would make me believe that he is a human being. I don't believe it.
What do you have to see, like the autopsy report or something?
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if you slice him open and some fucking plastic guts come falling out. I'm still not going to believe he's fucking human.
So what would make you believe it?
Nothing.
Why don't you call him out and let him know about it then?
He's not on X,
Challenge him.
and I'm not on Facebook.
So why do you think that he's not human?
Have you seen him?
Yes,
He
I have.
does look weird.
He looks weird. That doesn't mean that he's an alien, but
He looks like an AI interpretation of what a human being would look like.
Version 1 of it. Like, not the stuff we have now, the first version.
Yeah, the first generation. First generation AI.
Like, I mean, seriously, he would blend in completely on a screen in the background in Men in Black.
It was funny they had Michael Jackson in the first one as an alien, and we're all like, yeah, we knew that.
yeah, Michael. I don't know if he was an alien, but he was working for MIB. But yeah, he wanted to be Agent M. Yeah.
Man,
But you
Vic
said-
knows the movies.
You said I could be Agent M. Yeah.
That's old school.
Some people think Elon's an alien too.
Well, he kind of talks like one.
Yeah. Well, he's an African American.
He is. He's a vulnerable minority.
Yes, he is.
Well, he also named his kid like Epsilon Chi Zeta 3. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you seen that weird ass kid? I mean, that's a very appropriate name.
Dang. That's mean.
Hey, man,
was a kid
if the
like-
truth hurts, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the kid that he's got that's a trainee?
I have no idea. He's got like 15 kids.
I don't really know anything about his kids, but
I know he's got one that's a trainee.
All right, before this gets way too off the rails, I got to get on out of here.
Okay.
we're talking about training.
Oh, wait a minute. You think this is off the rails? This is nothing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I heard the last 7. I've heard you say that 7 times
think-
already. Acknowledge that.
you think this is weird?
Well, I love you guys.
All right. Thanks, Squid.
Talk to you later.
Start
Well, that seems
talking about
uncalled for.
trainees. Squid leaves.
You know, that really makes me wonder. I mean, is that kind of a sensitive topic for Squid?
I don't know.
I mean, not saying that Squid's a trainee. I mean, but listen, he wouldn't be the first motherfucker in the world to get fooled. He won't be the last.
Yeah, I really don't have a problem with him.
Well, I don't either. Like, I mean, you know, fucking wear whatever the hell you want. It's free country. I don't give a shit. Call yourself the Queen of England for all I give a shit. I don't care.
Or you could call yourself Caden's girlfriend and look like this.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh no.
Can somebody who has Instagram DM this girl, please?
I don't have an Instagram. I'm sorry.
Neither. We're all too old for this shit.
Oh, you don't have one either?
No.
Yeah, listen, dude, I haven't even been on Twitter for a calendar year yet.
Can you send audio clips over DM?
I mean, hell,
I don't know.
I'm so old, I still call it Twitter.
I would like to send her an audio clip of Caden saying that she's his girlfriend and see what she says to that.
Maybe she'll send you an audio clip back and it'll be like, yes, he is my boyfriend.
In that same voice?
Yeah, just a deep as shit male voice.
That's
They
more
forget to
likely,
turn
yeah.
The voice synthesizer on.
Nature Boy says, I've got no IG. He says, I have IG, but I'm not sure I'm willing to open myself up to Putin.
Well, take one for the team. We need this.
What's Putin got to do with?
Yeah, Nature Boy, this is for research purposes.
Yeah.
We're doing science around here, okay?
We're doing the Lord's work over here.
Yeah. Like, we're more of at this point, just because he's become such a joke, we're more of a scientist than Neil deGrasse Tyson these days.
Oh, no.
I am not a fan of Neil Tyson. Not for the same
well-
reasons you are, probably, but
Well, it's getting to the point a lot of people aren't.
Well,
I mean, I don't necessarily dislike Neil deGrasse Tyson. But I think he makes some assumptions.
To me, he's like the quintessential, like very smart, high IQ person who has like no grasp, but like, I don't know. He's almost too smart to where even like simple things are hard for him to grasp.
I don't think he's that smart. I mean, he's not that smart in the scientific community. He's never contributed anything to the scientific community as far as research is concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, at one point we were supposed to listen to Bill Nye, the science guy, about global warming, and this dude's got like a mechanical engineering degree
from Cornell, I think.
He's a hell of an engineer.
I don't even think it's Cornell. I think it's like University of Phoenix or something.
Come on, dude, it's not. It's not.
I don't think it's Cornell. In all seriousness, I don't think it was like Ivy League or anything like that. But I mean, like I said, dude's basically got a mechanical engineering degree.
I think the best thing he's contributed to society, Bill Nye, is I think he's the one that figured out if you put Mentos into a Coca-Cola that it makes it explode.
You saw that in fourth grade too.
Hey, listen, we had Pop Rocks and Coke before that, so fuck that shit.
Pop Rocks.
That was a hell of a theme song. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Greta Thunberg is more of an expert on global warming than Bill Nye.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Jeez.
I guess anybody could just put a lab coat on and say they're a scientist, and that makes it true.
Yeah, just wait till you see my talent show submission. I'm going to have on a lab coat, so.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm going to conduct some scientific experiments.
If I put on a sleeveless sweatshirt and a whistle, that makes me a head coach.
Yeah, exactly. Pete, do you know what your talent show submission is going to be? Have you thought about it?
No.
What would you say you're most talented at? It's not good you have to think this long. But
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty talentless.
come on, man. No, you're not.
I mean, listen, somebody submitted a talent show video of making a sandwich. A fucking dry ass sandwich at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can make a sandwich, if that's what you're asking.
I ate a shit-covered cucumber, so...
Well, that does take talent.
Yeah. You know how many times we had to shoot that to get the right angle on it?
Yeah, I thought wasn't that like Alan A that made a sandwich that one year.
It might have been. I don't remember exactly who it was now off the top of my head.
You're talented at raging.
Yeah. I'm what they call a jack of all trades, a master of nothing.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, like, I can do a little bit of everything, but I'm not great at anything. You know, I'm good at some things, but not great.
You're great at calling out the SEC.
Something that you're good at then.
Yeah, I guess YouTube's my best talent, and that's actually pretty pitiful. Now that I think about it, thank you for depressing me.
I didn't. No, it takes talent to YouTube. It for sure does.
That you did a video of yourself at the gun range 1 year.
Yeah.
It was last.
Yeah. I sent a video of me shooting a gun. Yeah.
Yeah, are you a good shot?
Yeah. Again, good, but not great. Just like I said.
Wasn't that the same year? I think I sent in my archery video.
Yeah. You did.
And then you ended up winning. I think it takes more skill to shoot a bow and arrow than a gun, but.
Oh, it definitely takes more skill to shoot a bow and arrow. Yeah.
You know, Sea-Dog shit on me for my shooting. We went to the gun range, and I was like, look, dude, I made holes. All my bullets made holes in the paper. And he was like, well, I mean, it's only like 5 feet in front of us. I'm like, well,
he had the gun right up to the paper.
I did my job.
That's exactly
Yeah.
why they invented guns, to be easier than the bow.
Although shooting handguns is objectively pretty difficult. It's not like the movies. Rifles.
I don't think it's necessarily easier to shoot a gun than a bow and arrow because it takes skill to do both accurately.
Yeah, and it depends on what kind of gun you're using. Like a long rifle, even an amateur who has very little experience shooting, if they just do the basics right, you can hit at 100, 200 yards. A pistol is a totally different story.
Yeah, but a bow and arrow is like fatiguing to draw, depending on what you're doing.
You gotta pull back on it and let it go, and
Yeah, well,
it depends. I mean, with modern technology, you can have draw weights from 70 pounds all the way down to 20.
And up to 100.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're talking like, old school longbow, yeah.
No, even a compound. Like I know Rogan talks about he uses a 90-pound bow.
No.
You didn't see that video where he shot the Cybertruck with it?
Let off.
Huh?
Not 90 pounds.
Yeah, 90 pounds.
No, it's 90% let off.
No, it's a 90-pound bow.
I mean, it takes 90 pounds of force to
pull it back. Yeah.
No, that's false.
Oh, I guess he's lying then, because he goes on these rants all the time about.
Understood what he said.
No, he's talking about how people tell him.
A 90-pound draw weight.
I'm telling you what he said. I don't know shit about it. What he said is people always get on him by saying, "Why do you use such a heavy draw bow when you could get a 60-pound bow and get the same result?" The way he thinks about it is that's not true. So I don't know. I'm not a bow guy. I'm just telling you what he said. You're telling me he's lying.
And to the best of my knowledge, Hoyt doesn't, and I know for a fact he shoots a Hoyt because I've heard him say it several times. I've never heard of a bow that Hoyt makes that has a 90-pound draw weight.
Maybe it's 80 pounds, but it's significantly more than 60. I know that.
Well, mine's at 70. I mean, yeah, I guess technically you could get it up to 80. I mean, you're running the risk of damaging it at that point, but now I know the let off when the cam rolls over, like that's the thing. Once you get it back, you can hold it because 80-90% of the weight is let off of it.
Yeah. Nature Boy says John Dudley built Joe Rogan a 95-pound draw weight bow.
Oh, so he got a custom made.
Of course, yeah.
One. Okay.
See, I told you.
Well, see, I thought he was still shooting a Hoyt. I didn't know he was going to a custom built bow.
I don't want to get shot with any bow, even a toy one.
I mean, here's my thing with it. At some point, the law of diminishing returns kicks in. And granted, this is all subjective and opinion based, but I mean, if you're shooting at least 300 feet per second, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like it to me, people trying to squeeze every foot per second out of it to get it up to, 350 feet per second, kind of pointless in my opinion.
Yeah.
How many meters a second is that?
I don't know.
Come on, Vic. You're the human calculator.
Yeah, I don't know conversion tables off the top of my head.
I think it's about 100.
I don't know. I do know I have to go, though. So I can't believe it's been 2 hours already.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. Yes. All right, VicTube, thank you for coming on, buddy. Anything to promote from you this week? We got a show this Friday. I think Vic. All right, Vic. Later, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. What you got now?
Let's see, anything to promote? No, not really. Just my usual stuff.
Do the shit show on Friday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. All right, Vic. Thanks for coming on.
Okay, thanks for having me on, Pete.
All right, Slim, we did it again, buddy. You woke up and you chose violence.
I did. And anybody that doesn't like it can eat a whole bowl of dicks. UGA is not a good football team.
There you go. Coming from the words of the one, the old Slim Shady himself. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's going to do it for me as well, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday. Tonight, so Uncle Lou's on vacation in New Orleans. I don't know about the Lunch Money Show. I'm going to try to do the Lunch Money Show. I probably won't know till about 9 o'clock whether I'm able to do it, though. That's the problem. So just keep your notifications on, and I'll try to make that happen. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday.